Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, can we all just take a moment to be happy? I mean, I just want to take a moment to be happy because Daniel Salazar is back on Fear the Walking Dead. I'm just really happy about that. I just feel like we should all be happy that Daniel's back on The Walking Dead. A lot of people feel that Daniel Salazar and Ruben Blades was one of the best things on Fear the Walking Dead. Pretty much always, the entire time. His character showed up at the end of season 1, episode 2. So his character has been around for a pretty long time. Very, very close to the pilot. Literally, the episode after the pilot, we were introduced to his character, and he's a fan favorite, and just about everyone likes his character, and I love the character, and you know, he's had sort of a thing with leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. But I think that might be because the actor Ruben Blades, he's a singer in real life, and he likes to go back to his home and make records and like singles and make a bunch of songs, and then he comes back and he wants to film Fear the Walking Dead. I think that might have been why, I'm not sure, but that might have been why his character had that exit in season 2 where Daniel went crazy and burned down that whole building and destroyed everything, and it forced the other main characters to leave, and he was assumed dead for the season. It was always planned for him to return, because right after that episode aired, the writers instantly confirmed that he was still alive. Like, instantly. They were like, no, we didn't kill him off. He's just out of the picture for right now. And then he came back very quickly early on in season 3, and he stayed all the way through that. And then the dam got destroyed at the end of season 3, and between season 3 and season 4, there's a big shift in things. There's a big shift in tone. There's a pretty big time skip, and I mean, a few months, a year. Strand, Madison, Nick, and Alicia were all a lot different at the start of season 4. Technically, Madison was already dead at the start of season 4, but she was seen in a bunch of flashbacks, and there's a bunch of new characters, and it was pretty much a reboot. So Daniel Salazar was not in season 4. I know a lot of people were unhappy about that. I was, just disappointed about that. But at the same time, I kind of had faith because it had already happened before, and he wasn't killed off, so, that was okay. I remember when they first started doing the previews for season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead, they showed Madison, they showed Luciana, Nick, Alicia, Strand, and there was no Daniel Salazar, and I was like, don't tell me they killed off Daniel Salazar. I was worried that the premiere of season 4 was just going to be some little flashback of the dam exploding, because I think the last time we saw Daniel, he was with Nick. Yeah, I think so. I think he was with Nick, so I was wondering, why did Daniel and Nick separate? If Daniel was with Nick, then Daniel should have reunited with Madison and Alicia and Strand. Daniel should be in season 4 because he was last seen with Nick. So I was worried when they started showing the previews and there was no Daniel that they were going to have some flashback after the dam got destroyed where Daniel just got killed, or Daniel just got shot in the face. Well, shot in the face the second time. I mean, it might take 10 shots to the face to kill Daniel Salazar, because Daniel Salazar is pretty much indestructible. But I was worried that he died. I was worried that he got killed off. They're gonna have some flashbacks that showed him getting killed, or they're just gonna have him die off screen or something, because we didn't see him in the previews or anything. But then the writers, I mean, they took a while, but the writers finally confirmed that Daniel was still alive and that he was still out there, and they had plans for him. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm frustrated that we don't see the character, but that's better than killing him off. I mean, Daniel not being in season 4, that means technically he survived season 4, So I was kind of okay with that. And then they killed off Madison and Nick, and I was like, oh shit, okay. They've got something else completely planned. Daniel Salazar was not the guy I had to worry about. It was Madison and Nick that were getting killed. And yeah, I was hoping that season 4 would end with like Daniel Salazar emerging from the shadows, this big cliffhanger at the very end. And I was really wanting that. I just, every episode, with each episode that passed by, I just kept waiting for Daniel to come back, waiting and waiting. And I think a lot of fans were just waiting and waiting for Daniel to come back, and he just would not pop up. And then season 4 was over, and we just officially never got him back. And a lot of fans were mad. A lot of fans were frustrated. But I wasn't too worried about it. I made a bunch of videos about how I believe that we would get him back in season 5. Because just the decline in ratings, the mixed reviews that the season got, I figured that they would bring him back just out of popular demand, just to hopefully, spike the ratings up and keep the show from getting canceled, because, Nick and Madison were fan favorite characters and they were dead. So they really needed to bring back that fan favorite Daniel character back. And I, like I said, I made a bunch of videos about how I believed 100%, look, Daniel's coming back in season 5. Daniel's coming back in season 5. He's going to be back in the season 5 trailer. He will be back in the trailer, because the job of the trailer is to get the audience all hooked and to get them to watch what the trailer is about. So it wouldn't make sense to not have him in the trailer and then have him in the season. He's going to be in the trailer because every time there's a trailer for a new season of Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead, there's always a bunch of hooks. The trailers are always good. The trailers always seem like the season's going to be really good. I mean, remember the trailer for Fear the Walking Dead season 4? Just about everyone that watched that trailer was like, oh man, this trailer's good. I want to give this season a chance. So I figured that the trailer for season 5 of Fear, we were going to see Daniel again, because that was going to be one of the hooks. And sure enough, he popped back in the trailer for season 5 and was pointing a gun at Strand. I saw that coming like months and months and months beforehand. I'm not trying to gloat about how awesome I am and foreseeing the future. I just figured that he'd come back in the season 5 trailer, and he did. And I'm glad that it didn't take very long for him to really come back in the actual season. I was worried that he might not come back until like episode 8 or something, or episode 7 or episode 9. But they didn't waste too much time bringing him back. They didn't take too long bringing him back. In episode 1, he didn't physically appear, but we saw him in one of Alicia's tapes. And I was happy that we had that much. It was better than nothing. And then in episode 2, he did come back, and he had a really big part, and I was really happy with his return and the way they handled it and went about it. I liked his dialogue with Strand. I liked his interaction. He seemed very in character, and sure, he's probably changed, but he seemed very still in character, and like they didn't butcher his writing, because he's a very complex, interesting character, and you have to really be careful about writing him. And I was worried that these writers would just fuck him up. But in episode 2, I felt like he was written well. I felt like this was the Daniel Salazar from the first 3 seasons, albeit, he's changed, he's grown as a person probably, but I liked his writing. I loved his interaction with Strand. Let me tell you, I can watch Daniel and Strand argue with each other, face off, fight each other. Like, I could watch just 10 seasons of that, and we're getting there. I have a really bad feeling for Strand. We might be seeing the end of Strand this season. Strand might be getting killed off this season. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling they're setting up some sort of sad, heroic death for Strand, just because they keep making a big deal about how Strand is always looking out for himself and that he's trying to redeem himself. So I feel like they're going to have him die a sad, heroic, selfless death. And with Daniel, I don't think they're going to kill Daniel off in season 5. That would be just ridiculous and stupid. I mean, for one thing, killing Strand is bad enough. I mean, that's problematic. You're killing one of the 3 characters that are still alive from season 1. Even The Walking Dead had 5 characters alive from season 1 until season 7. And then it had 5 again when Morales came back in season 8, although that didn't live very long. So The Walking Dead actually kind of did an okay job at having a bunch of season 1 original characters lasting a long time. And Fear the Walking Dead only has 3, Alicia, Strand, and Daniel. So killing off Strand in this season is problematic. I'm saying they're going to do it because I think they're setting it up. It's just being foreshadowed. I just think it's being spelled out that Strand's going to die in season 5. So there's no way in hell they're going to kill off Strand and Daniel. That would be ridiculous and stupid. And I think Daniel Salazar should just never die. I think he should just stay on Fear the Walking Dead for the entire show, or he should just keep doing what he's been doing and leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. Maybe at some point he just leaves and doesn't come back. He gets like a happy ending or something. I don't know. Maybe he can get like a happy ending at the end of the series. And I think Daniel Salazar should die, but it should be when he's 105 years old and he dies of natural causes. He's too awesome to die. He's too badass and interesting. And the show has really gone out of its way to make it clear that he's just immortal. He's just an indestructible character. He lives no matter what. I mean, this guy has survived getting shot in the face, blowing up a building that he was in. He survived a walker going right up to him and then getting struck by lightning. That was the only thing that saved him, was a walker getting struck by lightning, because the walker was like a few inches away from him, and then all of a sudden this lightning bolt came down and killed the walker. What else has he survived? He almost got his leg ripped off and pulled out of from under a car by a walker, but then a dog started barking and it drove the walker away, and Daniel just started laughing. And I mean, there's a few other times where he had some close calls. He's pretty much immortal, and I want the show to stick with that. I want both Morgan and Daniel Salazar are pretty much immortal, and they've just survived death a billion times, and I think they should just survive forever. And yeah, I think, you know, Daniel Salazar should just never die, and he should stick around. And if he keeps leaving, that's fine. You know, I'd rather him leave than get killed off. And sometimes it's easier that way. Yeah, if you don't kill off a character, you have to give them things to do. And if they're in every episode, that's a lot to do with that character. You have to do a lot with them. And if you don't want to kill them off, it might be easier to keep them alive if they just leave and leave. I don't know. But I think that with the reason he left during season 2 and the reason he didn't come back in season 4 is because, like I said, the actor, he goes to his home and he makes music. And a lot of people have said that he doesn't want to be on the show. He keeps leaving because he didn't care about Fear the Walking Dead. Pretty much everyone assumed that during season 4, that Ruben Blades didn't want to be on Fear the Walking Dead because he thought the show wasn't good. But I didn't buy it. I didn't believe that. I didn't see any proof, any interview, any indication that Ruben Blades did not want to be on Fear the Walking Dead. What I saw was someone who would go back to his home and make music, and then he would come back and be Daniel Salazar. That's what I saw. If there's an interview, there's a link, an article somewhere where Ruben Blades says he did not want to be on Fear the Walking Dead, he kept leaving because he was unhappy with the show, please show that to me. Let me know where that interview is. Where is that article? I want proof. Everyone kept saying that Ruben Blades didn't want to be on the show, but I want proof of that. I know that the actor that played Nick left, and he did not want to be on the show. I know the actor that played Travis did not want to be on the show. I know about those two, but I didn't see anywhere where Ruben Blades didn't want to be on Fear the Walking Dead. I think it was just he wanted to go home and make music. I think that's what he said with season 5. You know, he was only gone because he wanted to go and make music, and that's why he came back in the first place. You know, he's come back twice. I don't think he keeps changing his mind over and over. I think he just wants to go make music and then come back. So I think he likes being on the show. I'm actually watching an audio commentary in season 2. It's the episode where Daniel blows up the building, and it's his last episode in the season. And I'm watching the audio commentary, and it's with the director and with Ruben Blades, and he seems very enthusiastic. He seems like he really loves the show, and he enjoys it, and he enjoys the character. This does not seem like a guy that keeps wanting to leave. I think he has that passion and that love for the show. And even if Fear the Walking Dead is not good, he shouldn't leave because of that. Hopefully he won't. Because even if people don't like Fear the Walking Dead, most people love Daniel Salazar. So I think, you know, he should stay for the character. If the character is what people love, if people hate the show or have problems with the show but they love the character, I believe the actor should commit to the character. I feel the same way about Nick. A lot of people have problems with Fear the Walking Dead, but a lot of people love Nick. So, you know, if the actor that played Nick had issues with the writing, I wish he stayed to play the character. If the character was one of the best things, I wish he stayed and played the character. You know, I wish he didn't just leave because he didn't like the show and abandoned his fans and abandoned the fans of the character. I really disagree with the actor that played Nick, Frank Delane. I really disagree with that choice. I think he was just kind of like, so what if the writing isn't good? Your character is awesome. A lot of people love your character. You're probably getting paid a lot of money. You're Nick Clark. Your job security is probably pretty good. You have a job where you get to play this awesome apocalypse survivor that kills zombies all the time, but you're unhappy because the writing isn't good, even though you're a fan favorite. So you have to go and leave and abandon everyone. It's like, that's kind of a bitch move. I mean, I disagree with Frank Delane for making that choice. You know, a lot of people were unhappy with Nick's fault, with Nick's death, but that's no one's fault but Frank Delane's. Frank Delane chose to leave. With Ruben Blades, it seems like he does care. He does care about the fans of the character. He does care about the character. He does enjoy playing Daniel Salazar, and he keeps leaving to go do his music. But I like that Daniel, he's got a cat, he's got this whole facility and all this ammunition and everything that a survivor could possibly need, because Daniel Salazar is really resourceful. He's a survivor. He always knows what to do. He always knows how to handle situations. He's good at reading people. He pretty much survives no matter what. So I'm a big fan of Daniel Salazar, and I'm a big fan of Ruben Blades, and I hope he lives, you know, another 20 seasons. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 545 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 600 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 600. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!